Let's learn something today. So what's the big idea of 2 Kings? So in 2 Kings, world affairs played a heavy role in the destinies of Israel and Judah at the time. So the author of 2 Kings directly correlates the falling away of Israel, led by their wicked kings, mind you, to the national destruction of that area. And it also showed that God's judgment on his wayward people. So it showed that if you don't follow God and obey his commands, he will punish you. So despite all the prophets at the time were doing to try to raise awareness and warn the people that they were living sinfully and they should change their ways, the people still lived the way they wanted to and still lived that sinful nature. And to their regret, they did not believe in God at the time. So it ended up leading to many downfalls of their nations due to foreign invaders. You'll see that if a king did not obey God, you notice that not long after that, they got defeated by another tribe. Yet, despite all of this, God did not forget his promise to David to make that royal line holy. So God saved a remnant from among the people and kept the royal line intact so that one day his people could return to their land and await the promised Redeemer. On our Animal Spotlight today, we're going to be talking about the red-bellied robin. So the red-bellied robin, they're very common in Florida. They're mainly winter residents, but they have been seen year-round in the Panhandle. They say they may be in virtually all habitats, however, they love older suburbs. They lay 3 to 4 sky blue eggs, and they're laid in the nest constructed of mud and grass. In winter, they can be sometimes seen in large migratory flocks numbering over 100 birds. They feed heavily on earthworms, but they also eat insects in winter, and they will take berries and fruits such as crab apples. Robins range in the North America and also South Mexico to the Arctic. So they have a very big range of where they migrate. Now for our financial portion today, we're going to be talking about capital gains taxes. So capital gains taxes mainly depends on how much you made when you sold it. It also depends on how long you hold that asset. If you hold it over a year, it becomes long-term. If you hold it less than a year, it's short-term capital gains. Under the new presidential administration, under the Biden administration, capital gains jumped from 23 to 46% on short-term gains. So if you just made $1 million in the stock market or you sold it, whatever, the capital gains taxes on that would be 46%, so you'd come home with a little over $500,000. That's crazy amounts of money that you're paying back in taxes when you sell something. Again, I won't display my opinion of it, but that's just how it works. Now, capital gains taxes can be used in an effective way. I haven't fully figured out how to manage that, but nonetheless, that's capital gains tax for you. Today on our History Spotlight, we're going to be talking about the oldest city in the United States. It is St. Augustine, Florida. So St. Augustine is on record as the oldest city in Florida, even though at the time it wasn't technically owned by the United States. It was founded in 1513 by the Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon, and it was during his time exploring for the Fountain of Youth that he actually found St. Augustine. Now the city was later declared an official city by
Pedro Menendez de Viles
as of Spain in 1565. I'm going to do a voiceover though so you can understand that. So this person was sent to the New World by King Philip II of Spain to rule and to run the French out of Florida. Many of the fort built back then are still there today. If you haven't ever visited St. Augustine, I highly recommend you to do it. It's not that far drive from the Panhandle. Our inspiring quote of today is, "Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them."